Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. I have with me Anupam Mishra ji, and we're going to talk about what led up to that stampede that resulted in the death of at least 30 pilgrims who had come for the Mahakumbh, and also what happened after that. Let's welcome Anupam Mishra ji. Anupam ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel. How are you?
Namaskar, sir. Thank you so much.
So Anupam ji, what information I got, and this has been obtained from several sources, so I'm pretty sure this is accurate because these are unrelated sources who gave me the information. The stampede that occurred on the night leading up to the Mouni Amavasya, then that day was the stampede happened between pillars 101 to 150. People are saying about 40 to 50 youth were there. They were, some of them appeared to be drunk. They were rowdyish in their behavior. Some of them even carried red flags. This is what has been told, and somehow they caused enough ruckus in a very orderly group that resulted in the stampede. This is what I have, but I'm sure you have much more information. Viewers, please like this video because we've got some shocking new revelations. Over to you, Anupam ji.
Acha, to start with, Iyer sir, you said at least 30 people were killed. I think you are perfectly correct in saying that because the death toll can actually rise. It can go up to 40, it can go up to 50. But one thing that I want to point out, when you have a stampede in the crowd of this region where more than 10 million people are present at a single spot, so it could have gone anywhere. Like last time we had a stampede in 1954 when Pandit Nehru was here on Mouni Amavasya the same day. The toll was more than 3,000. So, but that was another time you could have brushed anything under the carpet because the media was not there. Um, what to talk about the social media? The regular media was not there. So the toll that the government has just declared 30 people, it can go up to 40, 50, whatever. Not much. There will be a slight variation. And in the coming days, you may hear about a few more deaths. But I personally believe that the administration did a terrific job controlling the stampede in such a crowded area. Because these things, when they start, it's very difficult to control. Number one. Secondly, of course, there was a uh, lot of ill-disciplined behavior by the crowd who broke the barricades to rush towards the Sangam, and the people who were crushed were basically sleeping besides the river. They were sleeping there on the Sangam in the Sangam area. They were hoping that they will get up in the Brahm Muhurt and take the first snan. And the administration and the police had been regularly telling them not to sleep there. But when such a big crowd decides to sleep there, it is very difficult to get them out. And suppose you use any force or anything, then you will be blamed for high-handedness, that the police was so impolite and they caned the people out of the Sangam area, things like that. But there have been three videos, and I have posted all three videos on my Twitter account. The viewers can go and watch those videos, and I'm afraid you cannot show them here because you'll immediately get a strike from YouTube. I tried showing them on my channel, and I was immediately served a notice by the YouTube that I'm not supposed to show such thing. But they are there on my Twitter account. The first video, the eyewitnesses who were present during the stampede, you can hear them saying it was a very orchestrated sort of a thing, and there were people, there were a group of boys who actually caused this stampede, and they ensured that it happened. Then there is another couple who is talking, another video where a couple is talking about these boys in red caps with red flags. And then finally, there is a third video where you can see a group of hooligans, and they are shouting Akhilesh Yadav Zindabad, and they are creating a ruckus inside the Mela in a crowded area. So these three things, and then finally, when the government decided to inquire the issue in detail, they came across 16,000 phone numbers which were hyperactive in the same zone before and after the stampede, and now most of those numbers have been switched off. So the police is after those numbers, and they are taking the help of the CCTV, the artificial intelligence, and I can tell you confidently that faces have been shortlisted, and police is trying to get hold of them. Then there is one more thing. Certain videos had come up after the stampede, and they were very destructive and very negative videos. They were literally filmed. They were made like reels, and the professional actors were involved, and you could hear them saying, "Ki, um, the people who have died, the people who were crushed in the stampede, let us take out their kidney and let us throw the corpses in the river," things like that. And the police has also caught up with those guys. And there is one more thing that I want to point out, and I'm talking about 13th and 14th of January, and the very first two snan, the Purnima and the Makar Sankranti. These 2 days, at least 4 to 5 people were apprehended by the Mela police, who turned out to be Muslims in the garb of a Hindu sannyasi. And I even have, it is not as if this is a rumor or something, because all these 4 or 5 people were properly arrested and the paperwork was done, and they were released on bail. They were interrogated by the IB, the Intelligence Bureau, the local intelligence, the Mela police, and the STF. And I can give you the name of two. One was Ayub Khan and one was Muhammad Rashid. And they claimed that they were beggars and they had come to the Mela just to beg, and they had taken the name and the attire of a Hindu sannyasi just to get just to make some money out of the Mela. This is what they said. And then there was a huge market of Rohingyas just outside the Mela. But Vishnu Parishad did a terrific job there. They went after them. They also took the help of the district administration and the police, and they chased them out. But a lot of Muslims, as you know, they wanted to come inside them. And there were so many Muslims roaming around. There were families, and no one really checked them. They said, okay, if you are with family, that is pretty okay. But now that Yogi government has more than hinted that there seems to be a conspiracy angle to the entire episode. And today, when Akhilesh Yadav was ranting in the parliament, and he was saying a lot of nonsense, like Jaya Bachchan said yesterday that people were killed and they're thrown inside the river. Today, Akhilesh Yadav and Ram Gopal Yadav, and yesterday Mr. Kharge, the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, he also said that thousands have been killed. Akhilesh Yadav said one more thing. He said that the Yogi government had been, personally, Mr. Yogi had been claiming that 100 crore people will come. Now, that is nonsense. All of us know that no such claim was ever made. 45 was the figure, 45 crore was the figure that was given by the Yogi government and personally by Mr. Yogi. But when Akhilesh said all these things in the parliament, he had a very sharp rebuke by Yogi Adityanath. And let me tell you something about Yogi, but he has been personally very hurt regarding the whole episode. Not only because he was the chief minister, not only because he was the chief administrator of the Mela, not only because it was it was a project very close to his heart, but also because of the fact he's a yogi, he's a Mahan. He had been coming to the Melas, the Magh Mela, the Earth Kumbhs, the Purna Kumbhs over the decades. So he's very closely associated with the entire event. He was pretty hurt, and all he could do was there has been a judicial inquiry ordered into the entire affair, and a retired high court judge, uh, assisted by a retired IAS officer and an IPS officer, have already come down to Prayagraj, and they are holding meetings. So Yogi is hurt and is also very angry, very angry. You could see him, yeah, if you bother to listen to his speech in Milkipur day before yesterday. He was very angry. And coming back to Milkipur, as you very rightly pointed out, it's just not Milkipur. You know what happened? The last general election that we had 7 to 8 months before, Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party won 37 seats, which was historic for the party. They never won so many seats before. So he was on the seventh cloud, and he has been behaving in such a manner, a very erratic manner since then. But what happened next was pretty surprising for Akhilesh, because out of the 9 bypolls that were held in Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh lost 7. And the two that he won by a very low margin. So that was a very rude shock for Akhilesh Yadav, because he even lost the Muslim-dominated seats of 𝗠𝗏𝗏 and Mirapur. So now all his hopes are riding on Milkipur. Let me tell you something about Milkipur also. There is the Lok Sabha seat called Faizabad Lok Sabha seat. So we know that the town of Faizabad, the name of the town of Faizabad has been changed to Ayodhya. But the Lok Sabha seat is still called Faizabad Lok Sabha. Like the name of the town I'm sitting in right now has been changed to Prayagraj. But the Lok Sabha seat, the parliamentary seat we have, is still called Allahabad parliamentary seat, Allahabad Lok Sabha. So there is this Lok Sabha parliamentary seat called Faizabad. It has five segments, five Vidhan Sabha constituencies, five assembly constituencies. One of them is Milkipur and another one of them is Ayodhya. So what happened in Lok Sabha was that BJP lost four out of five constituencies, but they managed to win Ayodhya. Now, when they're saying that BJP has lost in Ayodhya, that is a blatant lie, because BJP did win Ayodhya, but it lost the rest of the four segments, and hence it lost the Faizabad Lok Sabha seat. So Akhilesh Yadav and the entire opposition have been riding the narrative that we won in Ayodhya, which is again is a lie, as I just told you. But this Milkipur seat is very next to Ayodhya. It is in the Ayodhya district. So losing Milkipur will be very bad for them, and he has a lot riding on this seat. Also, the Samajwadi Party candidate from Milkipur, is the son of Avdesh Prasad, the person who won the parliamentary poll from Faizabad. So it is a personal issue for him. His own son is contesting the seat. But the thing is that Yogi has been doing a lot. Uh, he has visited this Milkipur seat like 6 or 7 times in the last 6 months, and Akhilesh Yadav, of course, is very apprehensive that he may end up losing Milkipur, and his narrative of winning Ayodhya will go down the drain. So all this ruckus that you see being created in the parliament and outside the parliament, the immediate cause, of course, is Milkipur. But Akhilesh Yadav, of course, also has an eye on 2027 assembly polls. The point is that Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has given a formula of PDA, Pishla Dalit Alpsankyak, yani OBC, the Dalits and the minorities. But when you look at the Kumbh Mela, the millions of people living together, eating together, sleeping together, and of course bathing together. So it gives you a very opposite picture of what they claim and what they want you to believe. So Rahul Gandhi is constantly talking about caste census, Jati ki Jangarna. Akhilesh Yadav is talking about PDA, but the purpose is the same. They want to divide the Hindus among the various castes because they're very afraid of this Sanatan unity, because they know if even half the Hindus of this country get really united, there is no way you can beat BJP in any of the states. So this is what is happening.
Thank you so much. Anupamji, one question that keeps lingering in my mind is, we all know Jaya Bhaduri as this innocent girl who made her mark in Guddi. Guddi means cute little girl, right? I think so. I'm not 100% sure if that is the right way to say it. But that innocence has been completely
Good day is
lost.
doll. Good day is doll.
Doll. Right. Someone as cute as a doll. So that innocence has been completely exposed. Why is Jaya Bhaduri like stooping so low? I'm so pained to see this thing. I'm really, really upset. Why is she doing this?
Mr. Iyer, this has been one of the laments of my life, that all the actors, all the performers that I actually liked on the screen, when I went seeing them, when I went talking to them, when I went interviewing them, they all turned out to be lesser human beings than what I believed them to be. I spoke to Amitabh Bachchan, Nasruddin Shah, Dilip Kumar, so many people, and they were my screen idols. And when I really got talking to them, I was very disappointed. And they came out as um, what should I say, either downright criminal, anti-national, or very arrogant, very arrogant. As far as Jia Bahaduri is concerned, this is not the first time that she has done something of um, this type in public. She has been seen abusing her fans, hitting her fans, abusing the media, talking a lot of nonsense. Samajwadi Party has been repeatedly sending her to the Rajya Sabha, and I believe she has been there like 20, 25 years now. And she has no reason to be there. And she does not even know how to talk properly. She's very rude, very arrogant. And I made a post on Facebook nearly 6 years ago. Amar Singh, that Samajwadi Party leader, he was pretty close to the family, and he revealed in a TV interview that the Bachchans, Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Bhaduri Bachchan, they have been living separately for the last more than last 2 decades, now for 26 years. Or But all is not well is an understatement. Nothing is okay between the couple, a couple which has been living separately for no close to 3 decades. That speaks volumes for the type of uh, mindset the lady must be having, and she has been very rude, very arrogant. And but let me point out one thing: we have seen people like Swami Prasad Maurya burning Ramcharitmanas. We have the chief and the national spokesman of Samajwadi Party, Rajkumar Bhati, talking a lot of nonsense about Sanatan. We have so many people. We have people like Ram Gopal Yadav saying ugliest of things about Sanatan. But no matter who says it, the 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 main source is Akhilesh Yadav himself, because the person is terrified. He has lost. He lost the 17 election. He lost the 22 election. He lost the 14 election. He lost the 18 election. So the man is on the verge of collapse as far as his political career is concerned. And somehow I don't know what led them to believe this, but right from Mr. Rahul Gandhi to Akhilesh Yadav to Lalu Yadav, they all believe that the best way to hit BJP is to hit Sanatan itself, which I believe is a grave political error.
Thank you so much, Anupam ji. And viewers, Anupam ji, this is something that has been stuck in my mind. The day Akhilesh Yadav goes to lit the funeral pyre of his father, Mulayam Singh Yadav ji, and the man is wearing a jano outside his tunic, outside. Look, when you are doing your Antim Kriya for your father, then you remember that you are a Sanatani. After that, it's a political expediency. Come on now, even God is not going to forgive you. This I find very, very disturbing, Anupamji.
Mr. Iyer, I've always believed and I keep on tweeting about this, that karma spares none. Be it a person, society, even nations, karma spares none. And I can tell you very confidently that whatever Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav did during his lifetime, he actually had to go through a very bad time towards the end of his life, towards the
Of
last six,
course.
7, 8 years. He was literally held captive by his own son, and I'm a personal witness to that. And imagine he made the party from scratch, and he was sacked from the party by his own son, who himself became the chairman of the party. So he sort of a nervous breakdown, and he even came on TV to say this, that I've been cheated by my son. Imagine a father saying that. Imagine what type of hurt the man must be going going through to speak ill of his own son, a son he had made the chief minister. So karma spares none. It did not spare Mulayam Singh Yadav. It did not spare Rahul Gandhi or Akhilesh Yadav.
Very, very sad. And Anupam ji, it's late in the night. Thanks for coming at such short notice. We have just a couple of questions from our viewers. If you don't mind taking those things, sir, just two questions.
I'll be glad to, sir. I'll be glad to.
Thank you so much. Just one moment. The first question is from Manoj Somaji. Have you ever seen these types of arrangements in Mahakumbh Mela, sir?
Uh, uh, have you ever seen these type of arrangements in Mahakumbh Mela? No, of course, this was very different, and it was the best Mela till date. And I've been going to the Mela from a very young age. The first time I went there with my great grandmother. So I was a kid then. My earliest memories are from the Mela. And mind you, we here in Prayagraj have a Mela every year. It is the same Mela, the Magh Mela for 4 years, 5 years. Then sixth Mela we have Kumbh, and then again Magh Mela, and the 12th Mela that we have is a Mahakumbh. So we have been going to Mela. I've been going to Mela all my life, and I've never the water that was so clean. I saw it after decades. And the overall cleanliness of the Mela, you can ask anyone who has visited, he will tell you it was definitely a very grand Mela. And but this unfortunate episode has left a very bad taste in our mouths.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Arvind. He wants to know, can you please be, he's telling me this question, but I will ask you to please weigh in too. Can you please be apolitical and give a bipartisan feedback on what the Shankaracharyas had to say about the late reaction time and cover up by the administration? I was not there. I would defer to Anupamji. Please, you weigh in, sir.
So, first of all, it was not the Shankaracharyas. The only person we are talking about is 𝗑𝗍𝗍 𝗑𝗍𝗍, his coronation as a Shankaracharya has been stayed by the Supreme Court. That is a very debated and a very controversial episode, and no one believes that he really is a Shankaracharya. The rest of the three Shankaracharya do not even call him a Shankaracharya. They're not ready to accept him as a Shankaracharya. It's not Shankaracharya. It is just one man. And 𝗑𝗍𝗍, I've known the person last 20 years now. I've known him since he was just a very ordinary saint. And I can tell you that the man has very ulterior motives. I don't want to say things about someone who is sitting on that gaddi of Shankaracharya. I really don't want to say anything about that because I respect that gaddi a lot. But Mr. 𝗑𝗍𝗍, you can see he is calling for Yogi's resignation. He wants 𝗔𝗘𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗏 back reinstated as the chief minister of Maharashtra. You saw him at Ambani's bidding. You know, in 2013, when he brought out a procession with the Batuks are small kids of the Gurukul he was heading, and he was really bashed up by the Akhilesh Yadav government. The video is there on the internet and Twitter if you want to see it. And there was a lathi charge ordered by Akhilesh Yadav, and he was really beaten up. The small kids were beaten up. They all were put into the hospital. They were really hurt. And now he's sitting with Akhilesh Yadav and blessing him and laughing. And I really don't get him. And it is none of the other Shankaracharyas to talk about such thing that Mr. 𝗑𝗍𝗍 is saying. Number one. Secondly, as far as the reaction time is concerned, I'll repeat again, when you have more than 10 million people on a single spot and a stampede occurs, you'll be very lucky, very, very lucky to control it. And the reaction time, you can gauge the reaction time from that. As the government says that 30 people have died. I say you increase the figure whatever way you want to. You make it 40, 50, 60, 100, whatever you want. But when you have 10 million people in a very tightly packed situation, so such a stampede could have led to any number of casualties. So one thing I don't believe is that the administration was late in responding.
Thank you so much, Anupamji and viewers. This was arranged at a very short notice, and Anupamji was kind enough to give us the gift of his time. It's very late at night for him. Thank you, sir. Have a good night and good sleep. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and share this message. Share it to everybody who's casting aspersions on what a grand event at a grand scale with so many people at the same time, not losing the purpose, the sanctity of Mahakumbh that is happening once every 144 years. Thank you once again, Anupamji. Namaskar.
Thank you for having me, sir. Namaskar.